All right, welcome back, YouTube. Due to all the questions I received from the previous video on Hertz, the Will Hertz Go Bankrupt video, I'm going to answer a lot of the questions that I received. This includes, is Hertz stock a good buy? What if I already own the stock? Should I sell it? Will Hertz completely go out of business? How do I buy a car from Hertz? I'm going to be covering all that in today's video. Coming up. Is Hertz a good stock to buy? Here's what I know. Hertz furloughed 4,000 employees prior to it going bankrupt. And it also paid out over $16 million to its senior employees to pretty much lock them up in a contract until 2021. If they decide to leave Hertz, they'll have to pay, I believe, a portion or all of it back. That wasn't really disclosed. But its most senior employees actually got paid up front through 2021. They even paid their chief executive, Paul Stone, $700K just a few days before filing for bankruptcy. When a company files for bankruptcy, bankruptcy court makes it really difficult for a company to pay employees that were let go prior to the filing. However, Hertz filed a motion to pay the employees that were let go before about $11 million just to maintain goodwill with the employees. What this lets me know is that Hertz is preparing to fight the good fight. Not only are they laying the foundation to maintain goodwill with its employees, but it's also maintaining the image in the community. If you're thinking about buying Hertz for the long term, please keep in mind that the common shareholder, in the event that Hertz files for Chapter 7 and they are not able to come out of this, the common shareholder is the last order of priority as far as getting paid out. And in case you don't know what that priority goes, it'll goes banks, aka the secured loans, then the unsecured loans, which are like bondholders, which is what Hertz uses to pay for its cars. Then you'll have things like preferred stock, which I'm sure the upper management and the investors have. And then you have the common shareholders, which is at the bottom of the totem pole. And just in the last 24 to 48 hours, we've seen a rally in Hertz stock of about 80%. So the day traders are already on the job. So please keep this in mind if you're thinking of investing for the long term. You've been a loyal Hertz consumer and you believe they're going to come out of this. This is going to be a very volatile stock, at least for a few years. Okay, so with all that being said, is Hertz a great buy? Well, that depends. With the volatility, I believe the best bet as far as making money would be day trading. You'll make an absolute fortune. I mean, just this week, if you had bought Hertz stock, I believe it went down to about 40 cents, you would have tripled your money just this week within a day or two. And I believe that's going to be the outcome, especially with the report coming out saying that Hertz and the banks are really far apart right now. That's not going to be great news as far as long term. So you may even see a crash back down. But for my long-term investors, keep in mind that Hertz is sitting on about $24 billion in debt with about $1 billion in available cash. And for the last few years, they've had a net operating revenue of negative $50 million. So this is going to be a tough as far as restructuring project. But I do not believe that the current value of Hertz stock is Hertz true value. So I do believe there's money to be made in the long term as well. And when I say long term, I'm not necessarily saying the next 2 to 3 years, buy and hold that long. I believe we can see a rally in Hertz just as soon as the country gets opened back up all the way and people start traveling again. Because that's really, Hertz was holding on and they were taking on additional debt. But what really pushed them over the edge was this COVID-19 situation. So once people start traveling again and they're able to pick their revenue back up, especially now that they've cut their expenses so low, that I believe that you can see a rally sometime probably in the next 6 months. One of the questions I also received was, I already bought in, should I sell my stock? If you're doing this off of impulse, I just wouldn't do it, just because if it crashes lower or it's extremely volatile, if you're in the game, there is money to be made. Like I said, I definitely believe you can certainly trade this stock. Just track the pinpoints as far as in the day, when does it rally, when does it crash, and I believe you can, if you are looking to get rid of it, and you must, I believe you can make a safe exit just trading out. Hey, just a reminder, if you're receiving any value from this channel, please like, leave a comment, and if you'd like to hear more from me, subscribe. It definitely helps out the channel, and I greatly appreciate it. Thank you. Another question I received was, what's the likelihood that Hertz will completely go out of business or file a Chapter 7? Well, remember, Hertz has 24 times in debt the amount of money it has in available cash, 24 billion to 1 billion. And also, prior to anything that's going on in the economy right now, prior to COVID-19, Hertz was already operating at a negative $50 million revenue. So this is going to be not just recuperating the losses that is accruing right now in the crisis, but also fixing those internal issues. So this is going to be a rocky ride, and it's something that they haven't been able to get done. I mentioned this in my previous video, but Hertz has changed CEO 6 times in the last 4 years. So there's definitely something internal that's going on there for my long-term investors. How do you purchase a car from Hertz? Well, the link is in the description. You go to hertzcarsales.com, and you can pretty much type in your criteria based off of mileage and look at the available cars, and even look at their luxury cars as well. And being a former rep at a Hertz, I can tell you that, contrary to popular belief, we take really good care of our cars. Hertz was never looking to get sued. We always took our cars to a reputable dealer. We didn't cut corners. All of the fluid exchanges, tires, everything was done by certified mechanics. If something did go wrong, or it was some manufacturer defect, it got back to the dealer. Those cars are under warranty. So Hertz is not cutting corners. I can't speak for other car rental companies, but Hertz takes really good care of their cars. And a great program we have is the rent to buy program. So pretty much you can find a car that you like, rent it for 3 days, and if you decide to buy the car, they'll waive the rental fee, whatever it was, for the 3 days, and you just purchase the car. And if you don't like the car for whatever reason, then you just pay for the rental. And that's a great way just to kind of try out and get a feel for the car, and have it inspected or whatever the case may be, whatever you need to do before you make that decision. Hertz, as far as financing goes, Hertz works with many of the major banks, and including Ally Bank as well. They usually can find financing no matter what your budget is or your credit score. So on that end, they'll have you covered. And also, no matter if you whether mileage tier that your car falls into, Hertz offers a complimentary 12,000 mile warranty. You can buy additional coverage, but all of their cars come with a 12,000 mile warranty, and that's powertrain, covers a lot of the major components. If you received any value from me today, it'll mean a lot if you could like and comment. If you would like to hear more from me, don't forget to subscribe. And let me know in the comments if you plan on buying Hertz stock, or if you have a strategy that you're using. I'll weigh in if I have anything to add on to it. I'm pretty active on my channel. And just thank you for watching, and until next time.